20 jaw-dropping celebrity body swaps from 2025 that definitely crossed the line. Tinseltown is literally vanishing before our eyes. Forget gym grinds or eating clean. A trendy liquid fix is hollowing out icons until they are just ghosts of who they used to be. A-list events now feature gaunt faces, ghostly stares, and frames that look ready to snap. Still, the PR machines label this decay as a fresh start. Tonight, we are peeling back the curtain on the scariest 2025 body swaps where ego meets medical desperation. Think of these as alarms, not wins. Before we start, tap that like, subscribe, and ring the bell, since Legends of Black Excellence is spilling the tea the elites want buried. Take Lizzo. She used to be the ultimate champion for loving the skin you are in. She rocked every stage in daring looks, flaunting her shape while the world demanded thinness. Her message was simple: adore yourself regardless of the scale. Everyone bought in because she walked the talk. Then, late 2024 and early 2025 shots leaked, showing a massive shrink. The web did not celebrate, it went silent with shock. The poster girl for self-acceptance suddenly appeared gaunt, sparking a firestorm of theories by morning. Was she overwhelmed? Or did she go under the knife? Did even the curvy queen cave to the slimming shot? Rumor has it, the suits squeezed her when views dropped, demanding a leaner look for the charts. Reports say corporate sit-downs happened before she vanished from the feed for weeks, resurfacing as a totally different person. Pros noticed the classic marks of a chemically forced transformation: wasted muscles, hollowed-out cheeks, and a visible lack of fire during her shows. Backstage, word is she was dealing with heavy temper flares, starvation habits, and pre-show meltdowns. For a star who usually radiates joy, seeing this decline was gut-wrenching. The backlash hit hard. Haters called her a sellout, claiming her old vibe was just a clever marketing ploy. A top post with 500,000 likes said, "Guess the curve goddess finally tapped out." Supporters argued she is just human, but the underlying issue felt much darker. Was this a personal choice to quit her cause? Or did the industry's engine crush her spirit? The real drama here isn't the scale, it's the internal war she is fighting. Gossip suggests she is eaten alive by guilt, stuck between her past self and a business that worships the zero size. She even hinted on a low-key stream, "I look in the mirror and see a stranger." That confession said it all. This was not about looks. It was a survival move. Fans praised her for being authentic, then tore her down for cracking under the pressure. Her new frame is more than skin deep. It is a reflection of something much bigger than one singer. It is about our culture. Now, look at Chelsea Handler. She has always been the one to say the quiet part out loud. Yet, in 2025, she dropped a truth bomb that caught everyone off guard. She confessed to using those trendy slimming meds, instantly destroying the myth of the natural Hollywood glow-up. While peers lied about cardio, Chelsea got real. Her doc just handed over the vials like vitamins, skipping any talk of the dangers. She was flying blind on what was in her system. Pretty soon, she was hit by brutal stomach sickness, total gut chaos, zero energy, and wild outbursts that burned bridges and messed with her work schedule. She eventually admitted it felt like she was toxicating her body just for a better selfie. Forget being pretty, this was a health nightmare. She had to bail on comedy gigs because she literally could not stay upright. IV drips were the only thing keeping her steady. Worst of all, stopping the shots did not stop the suffering. Long after quitting, she was still fighting gut cramps, burnout, and mental fragility. The public that loved her bluntness now viewed her as the ultimate cautionary tale of the elite. Her journey blew up because she exposed the system. These pharmaceutical shortcuts are being gifted to stars like party favors. No one knows the long-term cost, and no one is watching. The only thing that matters is looking lean for the lens. She claimed her medic was dosing the entire zip code, proving this is not just one person's slip-up. The whole town is hooked on being flawless. But Chelsea broke the seal, becoming the first big name to speak the forbidden truth. The industry is gambling with lives for aesthetics and hiding the receipts. She blasted the double standards of icons preaching wellness while secretly pinning themselves with shortcut meds. She urged for total honesty, fearing kids might copy these fads without seeing the risks. Chelsea Handler's path isn't just about weight, it's the price of truth in a fake industry. She shed pounds but gained something better, the spine to finally be real. In a looks-obsessed culture, That's the wildest shift. Take John Goodman, once the industry's lovable giant, that charming, massive talent, who made Roseanne and The Big Lebowski absolute classics. For years, fans loved his wit and vibe. Not a gym-perfect body, he hit over 400 pounds and was always open about his food struggles. Recently, things changed. His appearance at a 2025 gala left everyone speechless. With a sunken face and frail frame, he looked totally drained and barely recognizable. The internet went wild, questioning if it was even him, while insiders started whispering. Losing gigs to fitter actors reportedly forced him to get lean or face obscurity. That level of pressure is just savage. Even legends aren't safe from the industry's toxic obsession with being thin. Though he tried natural ways first, his rapid change sparked rumors of those trendy injections. Doctors noticed the classic signs: a skeletal face, muscle loss, and physical weakness. Scariest of all, the word is he hit the ER twice from weight loss complications. Goodman and his team haven't confirmed a thing yet, but those close to him allegedly stepped in, fearing he'd pushed too far. It's sad because he was perfect before genuine, relatable, and totally unique. But show business disagreed. His story shows the industry's dark side. It wasn't vanity. He was just trying to survive, risking his legacy for a look he never wanted. Supporters aren't clapping. They are actually begging him to slow down. Behind the fame is a man sacrificing his essence for an unfair standard. Then there's Katy Perry, once the industry's vibrant, unstoppable spark. From neon wigs to high-power shows, she was pure energy and joy. By 2025, fans saw a gaunt face and a startlingly thin frame. Photographers who once found her effortless now struggled to find a healthy angle. Makeup pros supposedly worked overtime to hide her paleness and sunken features. Offstage, staff said she was wiped out and needed help, even walking. Rumors swirled about her crashing energy, mood swings, and general health. People wondered, is it stress, illness, or that new Hollywood slimming craze? Katy stayed silent, which only made the gossip even louder. It's weird hearing her songs about power while seeing her look so physically fragile. The star who preached self-love now seems to be barely holding it together. Photo experts see the hallmarks of rapid, drug-assisted weight loss everywhere. Specifically, the hollow face and skeletal neck suggest massive physical strain. The speed of it doesn't look like dieting. It looks like a shortcut. Some claim she had secret medical help for side effects as her spirit faded. Coworkers say her old spark is gone, replaced by a guarded, distant vibe. The spotlight that once showed her strength now just shows how vulnerable she is. If a star like her feels forced to shrink, Hollywood's grip is truly heartbreaking. Katy Perry was always the face of bold, unique confidence. Now her change raises dark questions about surviving in a business that hates aging. This isn't just weight, it's about watching a strong voice get crushed by expectations. James Corden, a man who built his whole brand on being the fun, authentic guy. He wasn't your typical star. He was the lovable guy making us laugh on carpool karaoke. People connected with him because he felt like one of us. His openness about body issues made him a rare gem in a town obsessed with fake perfection. But by 2024 and 25, the story took a sharp turn. James re-emerged, looking gaunt, sunken face, loose skin, and zero energy. Fans grew immediately suspicious. While he credited walking and dieting, pros argued that such a rapid shift was biologically impossible without medical help. The math didn't work. Soon, the rumors began to circulate. Production crew members hinted he was constantly wiped out, needing breaks just to function. The energetic host now struggled through shoots, forcing the schedule to change around his fatigue. Even his legendary carpool segments felt rushed and lacked their original magic. Online detectives spotted long silences that lined up perfectly with his sudden shrinking. Telltale signs appeared: a hollowed face, sagging jawline, and a complete personality shift. Backstage whispers turned into a roar. Was James hiding a secret? Then came the backlash. Fans didn't just doubt the results. They felt his honesty was gone. If he used meds while preaching realness, it felt like a massive betrayal of his brand. His 2025 makeover is shocking for more than just the physical change. It stained his reputation. The relatable star is now seen as just another Hollywood illusion. He lost the weight but sacrificed something far more valuable: public trust. Mindy Kaling was once celebrated as the ultimate relatable powerhouse. She was the star who owned her curves while crushing it in a vanity-driven industry. By mocking unrealistic standards, She proved you didn't need to be tiny to succeed. Her brand was built on being genuine. Until 2024 changed everything. Mindy reappeared looking radically slim, leaving her fans completely stunned. Her soft features vanished, replaced by a sharp, hollowed-out look. Everyone asked how. In interviews, she insisted it was simply about eating better and moving more. But doctors called foul. Dropping that much weight that fast isn't natural. Her new look coincided perfectly with a high-pressure project known for strict beauty rules. Insiders claim she used medical help, masking the process with smart camera angles. Strategic outfits and social media blackouts hid the most extreme phases of her journey. Behind the scenes, her colleagues noticed a much more troubling shift. The once confident Mindy became obsessed with mirrors and calories. Her spark was gone. Her vibe turned guarded and her body-positive humor stopped. She was unrecognizable. Fans are split. Some see health. Others see her abandoning her own message. Sadly, Mindy didn't just lose weight. She may have lost her unique power. This transformation reflects the brutal reality of Hollywood's demand to be small. Even the strongest women can buckle under the pressure to conform. She was a rebel. Now, she's a cautionary tale. Enter Rebel Wilson. Her health journey was marketed as the most inspiring glow-up in modern Hollywood. She preached discipline and self-love, claiming her results came from sheer natural effort. The world was fully behind her. She built a brand on that story. But by 2025, a darker truth emerged. Medical experts analyzed her timeline and spotted some major red flags. Her weight loss was far too extreme to match the natural story she sold. Alleged leaks from her medical circle suggest she used the skinny shot while denying it. All at once, that genuine vibe fans loved started feeling like a staged PR stunt. Worse yet, she turned her personal journey into a paycheck. Wilson cashed in on millions through promos and fitness guides, preaching natural results. But if those pharmaceutical whispers are legit, her whole brand was a lie. Her followers felt stabbed in the back, while pundits labeled it the decade's greatest Hollywood sham. The fallout didn't stop there. As coworkers noticed her temperament shifting and her moods spiraling, she battled nerves, became fixated on her looks, and ghosted anyone who dared doubt her routine. This champion of body positivity suddenly began hunting the same toxic beauty ideals she once ridiculed. She went from being the relatable girl next door to a guarded, airbrushed stranger, while showbiz demands peaked. Dropping the pounds actually opened doors to the heavy-hitting dramatic parts she wanted. It confirmed the harsh reality. Tinseltown prizes being skinny over actual skill. Many believe this fixation wasn't her choice, but a requirement. Wilson did more than swap her physique. She overhauled her image and potentially sacrificed her honesty for fame. An inspiring start might end as a dark lesson on the price people pay for the spotlight's approval. Jonah Hill, the industry's ultimate shapeshifter, morphing his appearance as frequently as his cinematic characters. Between Superbad and the world of Moneyball, fans saw his size fluctuate constantly, usually accompanied by a laugh. However, that comedy has morphed into a deeply unsettling saga for 2025. His most recent outing caught everyone off guard. He appeared incredibly frail, sporting a hollowed-out expression and a strangely drained vibe. Jonah spent years being candid about his mental health and the trauma of being bullied for his frame. People truly admired his willingness to be real. Yet those close to him fear his dieting has spiraled into a risky loop. He fluctuates, hits the panic button, goes off-grid, and then resurfaces shockingly slim in an impossibly short time frame. Doctors caution that such drastic weight swings can wreck a person's heart and mind. Now, his inner circle is speaking out. It has become a total fixation. He is always scanning mirrors, dodging lenses, and fighting to stay grounded. His Instagram is meticulously managed, full of calculated breaks and perfect angles to keep the optics tight. That chill, hilarious guy everyone adored has vanished, replaced by a defensive stranger. On edge and stuck, pros suspect he might be leaning on weight loss meds repeatedly just to satisfy industry expectations. That would clarify these radical body shifts and the obvious burnout that follows. Every round takes a heavier toll, making each return seem more agonizing. This time, the public is actually scared. His journey isn't just about a side-by-side pic. It's a tragic look at a star losing his sense of self to stay famous. He used to represent the idea that skill matters more than looks. Now, he seems to believe his worth depends on his waistline. This is why his 2025 story is so devastating. Hill isn't just shedding pounds, he's shedding his soul. Next up, Scott Dick. Scott Dick was the peak reality icon, rocking tailored suits and a savage tongue on the Kardashians' hit show. The guy was magnetic and vibrant, evolving from a sidekick into the show's most beloved personality. Fast forward to 2025, and his public appearance left everyone speechless. He looked like a total stranger. His face had lost its glow, appearing gaunt with sunken eyes and a skeletal frame that worried everyone. The change was so intense that the internet blew up with people asking what on earth happened to Scott. Sources near the inner circle claim his size plummeted in just a matter of weeks, matching the massive pressure to look TV perfect as the family's brand continues to grow. Reality stars might lack Oscar prestige, but they still face those same savage expectations to look flawless. Pals mentioned Scott got hooked on looking young, resorting to risky hacks as the years caught up with him. Rumor has it that set stylists had to rely on thick makeup and digital tricks to mask his frail look. His relatives, particularly Courtney, were said to be losing sleep over his condition, fearing for his life and their kids' well-being. They tried to step in privately, but he reportedly just brushed it aside. Even his spark died out. The once vibrant socialite turned into a recluse, dodging the cameras and cutting people off. Friends saw him swing from jittery and anxious to totally checked out. Word is he used trendy, slimming injections, fearing he would fade while his family kept evolving. The unsettling part of this makeover goes way deeper than just a smaller waistline. It is the complete mental collapse happening beneath the surface. The magnetic Lord Disick now looks like a ghost. Hollywood gives, then it bleeds you dry. When the camera turns away, some stars will do anything to claw back into view. Jessica Simpson's whole life played out on screen. Pop star, mogul, and chart-topping writer. Fans spent years adoring her because she never hid her true self. She was open about weight battles. That raw vulnerability is what built her empire. By 2025, she looked unrecognizable. A brittle frame left everyone deeply worried. This was not the energetic Jessica they loved. Something felt horribly wrong. She credited clean living, but experts were quick to call her out. Dropping weight that fast isn't natural, especially given her history of constant fluctuations. Pros say this required medical help, likely those popular slimming shots or surgical aid. Then, followers spotted another red flag. She vanished from social media during her biggest changes. Insiders say the truth is darker. In private, Jessica reportedly became fixated on the numbers on the scale. She weighed herself constantly and skipped meals due to exhaustion and mood crashes. Staff claimed she was too faint to finish shoots. Perfection had replaced her balance. Her story is particularly painful because of what she used to stand for. Jessica was once the face of transparency, writing a whole book about self-love. Fans felt betrayed because she seemingly ditched the message that made her a hero. This transformation reveals a problem much bigger than just one celebrity. It proves Hollywood values thinness over truth. No fortune shields you from the pressure to shrink. It shows the heavy price of chasing a look that is never quite enough. Sharon Osbourne has always been the rare star who refuses to sugarcoat anything. For decades, she was respected for her biting wit and her unapologetic realness. Yet, in 2025, she dropped a bombshell that shocked everyone. Her path to getting thin nearly cost her her health and her very identity. Unlike others, Sharon admitted using slimming shots. At first, it seemed like a dream. She shed over 30 pounds fast, but her body was actually falling apart. She became so gaunt that inner circles barely knew her. Her face looked hollow. Simple life tasks became chores. Crossing a room felt like trekking up a mountain. Food became an enemy. A quick fix became a physical and emotional nightmare. Then came a realization that scared fans like stopping the meds did not fix the damage. Sharon explained that once she quit, her body refused to gain healthy weight back. Her gut stopped working. Doctors warned her that these side effects might be permanent. This was a medical disaster disguised as beauty. But the mental part was scarier. Sharon admitted she got hooked on being skeletal, craving low numbers despite looking ill. Toxic fame rewired her mind. She said you never want the weight back. Even if you look awful, that one line exposed the truth. Stars trade their health for an image. Behind the glitz, Sharon revealed a massive epidemic hiding in plain sight. She claimed doctors were handing out these meds like candy without any real oversight. She cautioned that people think it is safe until their systems simply give out. She stands alone as a star, brave enough to tell the whole terrifying truth. Her transparency has forced a much-needed reckoning regarding wellness. ethics, and the toxic drive to be thin at any cost. What happened to Sharon Osbourne isn't a success story, it's a massive red flag for icons and fans alike. Shifting the scale nearly cost her everything. Amy Schumer, the star who built an empire on being unapologetically raw, she mocked the industry's impossible looks, called out its double standards, and stood tall in her own skin. In the comedy world, she was a rare breed who refused to dim her light or shrink her presence. But in 2025, Amy stunned everyone by admitting she'd low-key tried those trendy weight loss jabs. Initially, it seemed like a total win. The weight just melted off her. Media outlets raved about her glow-up, while the internet was dying to know her secret. Yet, away from the cameras, a terrifying reality was setting in. Amy confessed the side effects were actually soul-crushing. She dealt with brutal sickness, zero energy, wild mood swings, and constant lightheadedness. She felt like her blood was toxic. Her system was failing, but the real heartbreak was emotional. She was too ill to even play with her toddler. That was the breaking point. Tinseltown's expectations had robbed her of her most vital role, being a mother. While other celebrities kept up the charade, Amy did the unthinkable. She quit the meds and spilled the tea. She realized her biology made the drug a literal poison for her. But she also owned up to a deeper trauma. The industry made her feel like she had to be tiny just to stay relevant. Even with her fame, she felt less than. The woman who once laughed at the diet industry found herself becoming a casualty of it. Her confession pulled back the curtain. Millions are chasing skinny shots without understanding the fine print. Amy's warning was clear: these aren't magic. They're high stakes, long-term gambles that can rewrite your life for the worse. She blasted stars who claim they just eat clean, calling that dishonesty far more dangerous than any injection. She reminded us that our bodies aren't seasonal trends, and likes aren't worth sacrificing your heartbeat for. Still, the grind is relentless. Amy's journey isn't about vanity, it's about how fragile we all are. She didn't just lose pounds, she nearly forfeited her joy, her vitality, and the life moments that actually carry weight. Ultimately, she chose bravery over a dress size. That level of truth is the most radical transformation anyone can undergo. Oprah Winfrey. For over 30 years, she has staked her entire reputation on one thing: being real. She invited millions into her struggles with trauma and the scale, building a bond based on total trust. She wasn't just a host, she was the global face of self-love and emotional healing. That is precisely why her 2025 revelation sent such a massive shockwave through her community. Oprah owned up to using weight loss helpers. Suddenly, the woman who taught us to heal was the spark for a massive war. This wasn't just another celebrity diet headline. It was the most heated debate yet. Why? Because Oprah's brand was built on her lifelong battle with weight. She spearheaded Weight Watchers and countless lifestyle pivots over the decades. After losing and gaining over 100 pounds multiple times, she knew the pain intimately. Her fans felt she was their sister. She sold vulnerability, not a filter. So when the news broke, many of her followers felt completely ghosted. The icon who preached love yourself was now leaning on a pharmaceutical crutch behind closed doors. Critics argue her influence is too vast. If she normalizes this, millions might follow without her elite medical safety net. Let's be honest, the average person doesn't have Oprah's resources. She has top-tier doctors and constant monitoring. Her followers don't. And that's where the public anger really caught fire. Was she promoting wellness? Or just selling the same old beauty standard under a different name? Her defenders argued that even global icons aren't immune to the crushing weight of Hollywood's gaze. Others saw it as a total flip-flop, the first real crack in her legendary image. Oprah tried to frame it as a tool rather than a shortcut. But for many, the inspiration had already soured. Here is the cold truth: if even a woman as powerful as Oprah feels not enough, what hope do the rest of us have? Her shift is the most jarring of all, not because of the scale, but because it proves that in a world demanding perfection, even the strongest can snap. And if Oprah can be pushed to that point, none of us are safe. Kourtney Kardashian. Kourtney was always the outlier, the sister who shunned excess for a life of zen and holistic balance. While her siblings chased gym perfection, she stayed loyal to clean living and a chemical-free lifestyle. Her massive brand, Push, was built on one idea: skip the shortcuts and choose health instead. Fans saw her as the realest Kardashian, until 2024 and 2025 changed the narrative. Suddenly, Kourtney looked gaunt, her features sharpened, and her frame shrank overnight. The internet went into a frenzy. Her camp blamed Pilates, but experts weren't buying it. That rapid change suggested medical help, not just veggies. Whispers of weight loss injections began to dominate every single headline. This time, her audience wasn't just curious, they felt betrayed. But why the anger? Because she'd spent years peddling expensive wellness plans. If she used a shortcut, she was a total fraud. She always claimed to be the only natural sister. If she was secretly pinning for a tiny waist, was her brand a scam? Even family tensions reportedly spiked. Sources say Kim and Khloe were tired of her judgmental act, while she allegedly used the same methods. Others whispered that her dramatic new look was a desperate move to stay relevant. With Gen Z gurus rising, she likely felt the pressure to keep up or be forgotten. In the shadows, staff noticed erratic moods and extreme dieting. Her feed became a maze of filters to hide her exhaustion. Her loyal followers started doubting her entire identity. Was clean living just a marketing gimmick? Then came the most brutal reality check. Pushing nature while living on science is the ultimate Hollywood betrayal. It is pure hypocrisy. Her transformation is the biggest shock of 2025 because of the secrets it finally exposed. It didn't just ruin her image. It broke the illusion that celebrity wellness is actually effortless. Tinseltown sells perfection, but these rapid-fire body changes prove the cost of beauty is dangerously high. From legends like Oprah to icons like Lizzo and Kourtney, stars are buckling under the pressure to stay tiny. Some lied, some spiraled, and others nearly lost their entire reputations in the process. Now, everyone is left wondering who is telling the truth and what is even real anymore. In a world where your image is everything, a haunting question still remains. Is the industry fixing their bodies or just destroying their souls?